Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, celebrating 15 years of bringing comfort to you. Healing Realty, call RJ Kielty, they'll get your system working to cool you down. And if fixing a leak is what you seek, RJ Kielty service is the best around. RJ Kielty, plumbing, heating, cooling, over 50 years of bringing comfort to you.
All right, welcome to Kielty's Corner. We have a very, very special guest here, Jamie with the Greater Chamber of Commerce, right?
Thank you.
Greater Pasco.
Yeah,
Chamber
we're
of
happy
Commerce.
to
Greater Pasco.
Greater
Chamber.
Pasco.
Say it
Chamber.
right,
I'm
Tanner.
sorry, I should
Jeez.
know.
You got an
What are we gonna do
award
with
from
that?
us. At least
Yeah, I
you could
wanted to
pronounce
go
it
over our
right.
award. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Here's our award.
Uh-huh.
2025.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's us.
I
An old relic here too from
Ooh.
2016.
Oh.
Woo. Throwing it back.
Wow. Yeah, thanks for having me. And I have to start off by saying what you all have done. I'm all about being unconventional, right?
Yeah.
And what you all have done
too.
to make plumbing and air and electrical and everything you do like fun.
Yeah.
Is so cool. It really is. Like I watch the podcast, the marketing's done thing.
No marketing.
It's so cool. In fact, you tried to look mad.
Yeah.
The bloopers.
I'm not like
Bless
a
his
mad
heart.
guy either.
It-
So
no,
I'm like,
It's so cool. It's so cool. And when Tanner came up to accept your award, I had my back to you. And you were like, hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks. I was like, yeah, thanks. I was making
yeah.
sure. So congratulations.
No, Jamie, I
Congratulations.
appreciate you. And I want to start by saying, I mean, the chamber in the past, you know, we've been part of the chamber for forever, decades.
Forever.
Yeah, but in the past, it's kind of lost its luster a little bit, especially kind of during COVID. Kind of lost its way, and you really came in and revitalized the chamber. Brought a lot of people back together. Brought our business community back together, and that's kind of what I want to start by talking about. So, how did you do that? Well, let's just talk about your history first, because I know you ran another chamber previously, correct?
I actually didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
I was on
Wrong guy.
I was on your side, wrong guy.
Yeah.
Well, and you're really gentle about saying, you know, like the chamber stuff and the history. So I appreciate you being gentle, but you know, it's been a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I mean, to this point, it really has been.
Yeah.
You know, historically it's been really strong, and East Pasco and Central Pasco and West Pasco, and the people involved in the board and the vision have been great. But yeah, over the last few years, you know, and I've gotten the history, and it's been tough. So to be a part of being able to like bring people back together and refocus on like what matters, and work with companies like you. By the way, I want to talk about your involvement with the autistic community, neurodivergent community, and all you give back, because that's part of my history as well. So, but I grew up in a small town in Connecticut. My father was a special education teacher, and he ran a camp for folks with special needs. And he worked in a high school. And so his high school students and young adults were like part of our family. So on any given night, we might have 4 or 5 kids from his school over for dinner and babysitting us, and going over to visit their family. And when I was 4 years old, I jumped in as a camp counselor at the camp. Little did I know my dad was getting really good childcare. And so for us, it kind of us as a family kind of set the scene for working with community, and I think being gracious and understanding and pathetic and all of those things. And so my background is actually in nonprofits. I have my degree in teaching. And I realized real quick when I was in school, the professors that really meant anything to me were ones that were out in the real world and then came back to like teach something, right?
Yep.
I wasn't.
Those were, oh God, I have stories with that. Yeah, I went to Florida State, and so a lot of my teachers, when got into entrepreneurship, they did not have to work. They made millions upon millions, some of them hundreds of millions of dollars, and they did it because they wanted to give back.
100%, 100%. And I didn't want to go in the classroom with no experience.
Mhm.
I just didn't. It just
Yeah.
didn't speak to me, like
Yeah.
talking out of a textbook and the whole thing. So here I am, I don't know, whatever years later,
Yeah.
and I've never taught except substitute teaching. When I was starting some of my businesses, I would go back and
Mhm.
substitute teach to kind of finance some of the stuff and that
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Yep.
But I got in a program called AmeriCorps straight out of school. I went to school in West Virginia. Let's go Mountaineers.
Hey,
Woo.
yeah.
If I didn't say it, somebody would be upset about it. I'm sure. So, and I got a program called AmeriCorps, kind of the Peace Corps in the United States,
Yeah.
and packed up my Ford Explorer and moved out to California, and worked for a nonprofit, and kind of cut my teeth in events, in fundraising, and working with community. It was actually a housing developer, so I
Mhm.
got into housing a bunch now, too, and started up my first business. I was actually in the entertainment industry. I started up my first business. I always like to listen to live music, go out to see live music. It's a big part of who I was,
Mhm.
Yep.
but I sucked at playing instruments. So I would always try and be in bands, and they'd be like, "Man, you're really bad. Like, you can't be this bad." But what I did well was I like organized things,
Mhm.
which is no different than like how you work with a board and
Yeah.
that kind of
Yep.
thing now.
I was going to say, I could see everything progression, everything,
Yes.
Herding
philanthropic,
cats.
and then find, yep, correct. Yeah, it is.
Herding cats is
seriously.
an important skill.
It is.
So I started organizing bands and artists and that kind of thing. And I opened up an artist management company. And I had no business working in the entertainment industry, but it actually ended up kind of blowing up out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Timing and that kind of thing. And one morning I was woken up by an artist who was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama on tour at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And there was a drunk promoter, and the artist was wasted, and they're yelling at each other, and they're yelling at me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm
Like,
not doing this at 4 a.m.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I sold the roster, and transitioned some artists and that kind of thing. And I met my buddy Mark McClary, who has become a long-term investor and business
Mhm.
partner. And we started an event production business. And our first event was we chartered out a Carnival cruise ship, and we dropped all their entertainment, and we brought on bands and DJs and performance artists and all of these things onto this cruise ship and through this music festival at
Oh,
sea.
that's awesome.
And it was called Zingalati.
Yeah.
And it was like merging like electronic music and Burning Man and jam bands and
Oh my
rock
God,
music.
sounds like my
and all
type of
everything.
event.
Yeah, there's a
You know, the
video.
ocean.
I'll show you the video.
Please
show you.
do.
And there's an article in Playboy too about it. But anyway,
We'll add those in the comments sometime.
I
today.
digress. So anyway, we started an event production business. That was my second business. And we did that till 2015, 16. And then sold that business and opened up a family friend. You can see how the transition went with like
Yep.
where I was like
In life.
Yeah. Like,
kid,
hey,
party,
yeah.
entertainment, and now all of a sudden, oh, we're having kids. What do we do?
Yeah, now we got to go
we
back
still
to
want to be kind of cool. So what do we do? So anyway, and opened up a hospitality business, which was called My Art Live, 20,000 square foot, family friendly brewery, restaurant, event space, arcade, playground built by the folks that built Tom Sawyer's Island.
really
and the whole thing. But we opened it in 2019, 9 months before everything happened.
Yeah.
COVID.
So that was a bumpy road, but bringing it back to the chamber thing, throughout all my businesses except the entertainment business, I was involved in 50, 60, 70 chambers, regional chambers,
Mhm.
state chambers, local chambers, whatever, as sales, business development, but also as an entrepreneur, sometimes you feel isolated.
Mhm.
You feel like you're working in your own silo, and it was a way to like
Yeah.
connect with the greater community. So
Yeah, you could just bounce stuff off other people and stuff too. And a lot of people, it's like if you don't really have mentors, you could really find mentors there. That's the
Mhm.
place to look, you know,
100%.
especially a new business. So you got hired onto the. Well, let me ask you about the.
Anticipation for the first question is killing me.
Oh. I was gonna say you got hired. You got hired on. Well, how did that process? How did they find you? I guess.
So I found it.
Oh, okay.
So my wife's in biotech.
Mhm.
We had lived in San Diego. She's a California girl. We lived in San Diego. We'd been talking about an East Coast move and like where, and I said, have you ever scraped ice off of a car? And
Yeah.
she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, we're not moving to the Northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
So
You don't want those problems.
there was some hubs, and Tampa was one. North Carolina was, I love
Mhm.
the Carolinas, but was one. And so I just started poking around. I connected with Elle Russo.
Yep.
And at first I saw the position, but then I just started asking her about like Tampa and
Mhm.
the area and that kind of thing. And we kind of stayed in touch. And they were looking for the position, then not looking for the position, then looking for the position again, then not looking for the
Mhm.
position. I was like, all right, whatever. But I still stayed in touch with her, asking her questions about
Mhm.
different places in Tampa and all those stuff, or Tampa area or whatever. And she followed up one day and said, hey, by the way, you're probably long past this, but are you interested? Because we're looking again. And I was like, sure you are.
Yeah.
Just went through this up and down. So yeah, so we reconnected. We moved out here in October, 2 days before Milton.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a welcoming
Bless your
party.
heart.
Thanks,
Welcome
Tampa.
Welcome to Florida.
So in between Helene and Milton, right
Yeah.
there.
Well, it's so funny because we
so you
closed,
really got it.
we closed on our house a day before Helene because they shut everything down
Yeah.
during the hurricane. They won't let people close and the insurance and
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
So we closed the day before Helene and then arrived 2 days before Milton. Like literally in a car. I have a 4 or 6-year-old and our dog and my wife Esther, and we're like, oh, here we are. So funny.
So are we excited or scared? We don't know.
Yeah, both like kind of thing. I had been part of hurricane parties in the past,
Yeah.
so like
Mhm.
I kind of.
Oh, you don't know a
thing.
hurricane party until you come to Florida, though. Come on.
Exactly.
We'll be out there in the rain with American flags.
So yeah, and then a week later, I went to Thirsty Buffalo
Mhm.
to meet all the board members,
Yeah.
and it was like speed dating, so it was
Yeah.
like kind of weird and scary. But everybody's so like, man, you all already know this, but
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, and maybe you can shed some light. There is this energy surrounding the Pasco business community
Absolutely.
that is
Mhm.
like honestly nothing. I'm not just saying because I'm
Yeah.
sitting here. I'm
Nope.
telling you straight.
You're right.
There's something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like the storms or the fact that it's been overshadowed by other counties and communities, and there's this resilience in this thing. And I met with Reagan
Yeah.
and all these people, and it's so what is it? What do you guys think that is?
Honestly, I don't even know because I'm from Tampa.
Mhm,
So like when you grow up in Tampa's like the big city.
mhm.
Pasco was not really like on our scale of like, oh, what's going on in Pasco, And then when I moved out here like 4 years ago, I honestly was shocked when I took the marketing position and I started going to these networking events. I was shocked at how connected everybody was and how everybody worked together cohesively to make sure that everyone was doing good. I have never experienced that in any position, anywhere I've worked, any
Yeah.
town. I've never seen
Me
not even
either.
just the business owners, but like the
Mhm.
community, the events, like how much we have going on in this little town is crazy. And then when things happen, like how people just come together and they make it happen for the community. Pasco is the best place to live in Florida. Don't care what anyone says. I don't.
It shocks me still,
Mhm.
even talking to the board members and working with people like Amanda Hart
Yep.
and Angel Cook and
Yes.
Elle and Paul and Reagan and
Mhm.
Jordan and all of these people. They make it happen. And I could talk about it forever, but it's really shocked me. It's really surprised me.
And now you're right in
Yeah,
the middle of it.
that's what I was gonna say. You know, Pasco County is like, we're doers here. We don't talk
Mhm.
about stuff. It's not about everything's not about the almighty dollar
No.
where maybe some of these other places are. Like when somebody's in need,
Yep.
people genuinely want to help. And
Absolutely.
they genuinely want to step up, want to help. They want to see change. And honestly, they take it upon themselves. If something's not happening, they make it happen.
Yep.
You know,
Telling you what,
yeah,
it's real.
yeah.
Power in numbers. The one
It's-
thing
yeah.
that Reagan taught me in this area is collaboration.
Mhm.
And it's weird because, like, in other areas, like you said, they don't do that. They're all fighting
No.
against each other, and
Yeah.
then no one's winning because they're all talking about each other, and you know,
Yeah, people don't support other businesses.
no, and and then who
Yeah.
loses? The community loses.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know, the businesses lose, and just coming here, like, absolutely hands down, you picked the perfect chamber to take over. They needed you. I've heard nothing but great things from
Thank
since
you.
the moment you took. I didn't even know you took over, and all I was hearing was Jamie this, Jamie that. Have you met Jamie? He's freaking amazing. You have to meet Jamie.
Oh man.
And then I met you, and I was like, yeah, I really like him. He's a nice guy.
And I gotta tell you, it's not I appreciate that and thank you.
That's all
Um,
I've heard too, Jamie. That's what,
Literally.
you know,
I
I've told
appreciate
you
it.
that before.
Thank you.
Like, you know, your fresh ideas coming in and people rallying behind you to get it
Yep.
done. You know what I mean? Like we were even at that event. You're like, hey, this is our first event. We haven't, but I was like so excited that really kind of brought it back. And you thought maybe there were some hiccups, but you guys just pivoted so well. And every year it's just gonna get better and better. So
Well, taking a page from your playbook, it's like, how do you create something that's not the same?
mhm.
How do you and I grew up playing sports, so like sports analogies all over the
Yep.
place, but it's like the talent. I mean, it's like I'm working with an amazing team. Our
Mhm.
team in the office with Kaylee and Lamaris,
Yeah,
Love
they've always
our
been
Kaylee.
amazing.
board,
Yeah.
like you're just tapping into the strengths of folks. And I just think when I hear people talk, some of the things that were happening in the past were, the chamber was so involved in itself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it was all like about like chamber this and that. So
It was
like,
kind of a little drama-y, you know,
Yeah.
where
and
it
it
didn't
was
really
so
need to be.
exclusive.
Yes.
I'll give you a great example. And elephant in the room, it was like when I first took the position, and I told this to Reagan, and I shared it with Jordan. It was like, watch out for the hub.
Mhm.
Watch out for the Reagan guy.
Yeah.
Watch out. And I was like, who is this Reagan guy? I want to meet him.
He's like, well,
Like,
I gotta
he
watch
sound-
out for him. I
He
might as well
sounds
meet him.
freaking awesome. Like
Yeah.
I want to sit down and talk to him. And I would tell you, I was like, hey, is Reagan gonna be here? I love it. Like
Busy
whatever.
man.
Yeah,
busy man.
totally
Yeah.
busy.
I
man.
wonder,
I
is he
get it.
following?
Yeah, I think we got a couple comments actually.
Oh, there's
Dan
Dan
Flowers.
Flower.
Oh, Daniel Flowers.
A
Go
plus.
Pasco
Let's go.
Chamber.
Dude, Dan he
Woo.
has just
superstar.
skyrocketed his business. He's everywhere.
Superstar.
He's
I
the
love
epitome of
him.
how you should start a business.
Yep.
And grow.
And I actually have a good David Flowers story because we were still in transition, and he reached out to the chamber and didn't get the response that he hoped, like
Mhm.
the immediate response,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
timely response or whatever. And I get a phone call from Amanda, hey, this guy Dan, and then Dan follows up and the whole thing. And like, but the fact that he could have just said, you know what, screw the chamber,
Mhm.
right? But he didn't. And he shared like how supportive he was and the whole thing. So appreciate you, Dan.
We
Appreciate
love you,
you.
Dan.
Dan the man.
We got any other comments? Oh, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Reagan Weiss. I
Oh,
had
man.
lunch with this gentleman and love the fact that he has conversations before coming to conclusions. Not many people are like that today. Love to see the direction of the chamber. Look forward to collaboration. Yes.
Love it.
I
Love
have
it.
Jamie's information. Just get with me.
Love it. And
No, I love that fact though. You got to take it for yourself, because some people will try to sway you and drama and these, you know what I mean? I like,
Yeah.
hey, I shouldn't like these people. I go meet those people. I'm like, they're good people too.
Yeah.
They're good people too.
Well,
There
heaven forbid you're
should
not
not be this
perfect.
division. And I think you're really peeling it off where there's not. And I think a lot of people are seeing that, and it's bringing everybody together. That's all that really matters. Like there's
cool.
enough work.
Yeah.
We don't, you know what I mean? We're not in high school
In
anymore.
fact, if we work together, I feel like we bring more work to each other. The more you advertise together and promote each other, the more work you're bringing to each other, the happier the community is. The community's taken care of. I mean, why not?
And listen, if you're not pissing off someone,
Yeah.
You're not doing something right.
you're not doing something.
Exactly.
Reagan must be doing a
Honestly.
lot of stuff right there.
Reagan does everything right.
Everything right. And I think I told Reagan this when we sat down, but an old mentor of mine in the entertainment industry said that it's like, an artist isn't doing anything until the artist has haters, right?
Mhm.
You're not doing anything until you have somebody saying, why is he doing this? What's
Mhm.
that means you're doing something right and you're doing something different. And I'm all about different. I'm all
Yes.
about it. So like
Yeah.
you all are doing.
He's
here.
all about
You
it
have
too.
to be different, otherwise you're just gonna get lost.
He's like, let the haters hate.
you know,
Bring in the
100%.
inside.
you got to be different, and then you got to follow through and execute. And if you could do those three things, that's just magic in a bottle.
And by the
you know?
way, just shout out Hub Network. We just signed up.
Mhm.
We're a member of the Hub Network
Hey!
now. Thank you, Jordan and Reagan. So anyway, I got to get out to some events, and we've been, again, talking about some things coming up that hopefully we can partner on,
Yeah.
and that not only for Hub Network and Reagan and Jordan, but
The chamber.
just the
Yeah.
chamber in general. That's like, we had people come out from other networking groups, and when we do all the time, and promote their other networking groups,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And there's been part, of, wow, there's a networking group here advertising another networking
Mhm.
group. Isn't that, it's like, isn't that what we're here for?
Yeah.
Like the fact
Yeah.
that you're at the chamber event networking your networking group, and somebody found you and has
Mhm.
business and is finding value out of it, and the whole thing, it's like, yeah, that's the point.
Yep.
That's 100% the
That's
point.
But some
Yeah.
people have lost the sight of that, and everyone wants to be number one, it seems like. So it's like
100%.
now you've got all the different networking groups and they're pinning each other against each other. And it's like, why can't we all just be in the groups together?
Honestly, I
100%.
will
You know?
say the last year or so, there's been some continuity and people kind of coming together.
Here and there,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think people are finally getting it. It's just, took them a little while, and, and personalities clash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think
You have
we're
to be someone's
coming
best friend to
together.
do business with them, though.
No.
Yeah.
And I think, like, when I was younger, I was like, and I still am about process and systems and like how you do things.
Yep.
But I found, like, as I get older and have worked in different industries, it's like it becomes more about results.
Yep.
Like, what's the result? Like, I don't have to agree with the
Exactly.
process you use,
Yeah.
as long as we're getting the results we both value, right?
Yes.
And that's the piece of it. It's like,
Mhm.
get so stuck on how you get there, as long as we get there, right?
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
that's the point.
That's how you win.
I want to kind of go back day one of the chamber. Was it what you expected, or did you
Whoa.
know kind of how off kilter it was?
I
or-
actually went home. I remember I went home because we still didn't have
Contemplated life.
our stuff
Yeah.
either, which was interesting. So our stuff got we had it in a pod and left California, and it got diverted because of the storm.
Oh
and then
my god!
they lost it.
They did that to you.
No, they did.
That's-
They lost it. And so I'm not going to say the company or whatever. Maybe no. I won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, they lost it. It was a hurricane. Of course, you're going to lose things. It just happened to be our stuff. So we're
It's
on
like
air
making connections
mattresses
on a plane, yeah.
and the whole thing. And I remember going home and being like, babe, what the like, what the hell did I do? And listen, my wife has been through a ton. Like, just so as an entrepreneur, you
Mhm.
understand, like,
Yeah.
starting up businesses and running
It's difficult.
businesses. And I told you my daughter's 6 years old. So we opened our business when my daughter was 4 or 5 months old.
Mhm.
5 months old. She was 5 months old. I was at the grand opening with her in my arms, like talking. And then so that's like bad enough, right? Because I was working 20-hour days and the
Yeah.
whole deal. And then we shut down because of COVID. And like everybody else, what do you do? Oh, I don't know. We drank a lot and had another baby
Yeah,
during
right.
COVID.
Yeah.
Old
COVID, we
COVID
all had
babies.
COVID
I had
babies.
COVID.
It's fine. It's
Right? You're like, what
fine.
do you do? You're locked in the house again. So we had another baby. And so as we were open, because we were in California,
Yeah, that's
different
tougher over there
circumstances.
too.
Different circumstances,
Yeah.
right? But we were opening our business back up when, guess what? We were having another baby.
Oh, Jesus, you're insane.
And so,
Y'all are crazy.
and then I'm like, hey, let's move from California. Let's go to the East Coast because my family's on the East Coast and my sister's an empty nester. And my mom's actually staying with us for about a month and the whole thing. And we dreamed about it because we wanted our girls to grow up around family.
Yep.
But I'm like, now let's do this. Let's close a business and let's move across country. So my
Great
wife
idea.
has dealt
During
with
hurricane season,
during
nonetheless.
hurricane. And by the way, we're arriving
To
before
Florida.
Milton. So my wife, God bless her heart, she's been amazing and so supportive. But then I felt guilty because I came home and I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Like, you're not gonna understand the
It's
stories.
like, this is what I drive.
I was about to
this
say,
for.
so you get there and people are just like
You know,
on you.
yeah, well, they gave a lot of space. The board's been amazing. They
Yeah.
gave a lot of space, but there was just, it was like every day I went in and I turned a rock over, right? And it was like, what's this? What's this? What's this? But then when I got to know the board and the board members and the history of the companies that have been there, it's like this board could have just said, screw the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And the businesses didn't. They wanted it. They wanted to see it succeed. They wanted to see it thrive. And so once I learned that, the little stuff, I say little stuff, but the stuff that I was turning over didn't feel so significant because you had those people, you know, it's like Angel Cook could be doing anything.
God.
Elle could be doing
Jesus,
anything.
yeah.
Maria could be doing anything. All these people on the board, Paul and Bianca, and all these people that stuck around, they could have been Robin. They could have been doing anything, but they put their focus in making sure this thing that they knew could really have an impact on the community, and that meant, and it still means so much to me. So
All
Yeah,
good
you
people.
you named a lot of
100%.
great organizers and people that want to, help, and movers and shakers want to get it done. And again, selfless. I think that's the, key word there.
And even the members that come to our networking event, like I'll say, it's like you said, it Pasco has so much going on. Like, the fact that we have 60 people show up to our monthly membership breakfast, and it's like you could be at 15 other breakfasts this morning and you chose to come here. It's like, I don't know why, but thank you. It's like, thanks. We'll make you proud, but like you could be anywhere networking, dinners and galas and events and awards and the whole thing. It's like so much of it, which is awesome.
Yes,
but the fact that they choose to spend their time with the chamber is like, it's great. It's great.
Shows how long, how big it was, and and they see the potential,
And the people that reach out, that have had such deep history in the community, that whether they're involved with the chamber or not, Paul Freelander and like
I love Paul.
All these,
Shout out to Paul.
all these names. And he reached out to me and just said, hey, if there's anything I could do, any introductions I can make, any phone calls I can make, I'll keep you in mind for events. And he's invited me to events and the whole thing. And again, no purpose but to see the greater good. It's just, I don't know. I'll stop talking about it, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, speaking of events, when's your next meeting? Maybe we can connect with some business owners out there who are not in the Chamber of Commerce and invite them to come and at least check it out. Majority of the people who come check it out join. So I'm just going to put that out there too.
Yeah, no, our events have been doing really amazing.
I know the gala, that thing was sold out pretty quick.
Yeah,
I was like a last minute be able to try to get in there.
I know you guys got like one of the last couple of tickets, by the way.
I know. I tried to get one for myself, but I couldn't, so I let mom and dad go.
Well, the cool thing about the gala too is, two things is it took place at Spartan Manor for so many years. So it was a big deal for the board to decide to move it because there's been such history, and the folks over at Spartan Manor were so cool. And the fact that they won an award that
I know.
night,
I was
and they
there.
were
I was like,
there,
literally,
and they were there, and she was like breakdancing
great,
on
yeah.
the
Full circle.
oh my gosh, it was so cool. But then they also opened, the board had the vision to open the awards to like the greater community, not just chamber members. So those two things collectively, I think, created that kind of lightning in a bottle for the gala. So that was fun. Upcoming this week, we have our professional women in business, takes place at HCA Trinity. It's been ongoing. The leadership there with Kelly Mothershead and Bianca, and Elle and Robin and Maria, who MCs it, Maria Johnson from Pasco Mosquito Control.
Oh,
Yep.
Maria,
Control
shout out to her.
District.
She like saved us during
Yes, she
Easter.
did.
So
Yes, she did.
another big shout out to them.
Yeah.
So that happens monthly, same day, same Wednesday, whatever this is, third Wednesday, yeah, third Wednesday, and a bunch of different speakers and just influential women in the Pasco community. And so that sells out in advance. I think there's like 50 or 60 seats and sells out. And then we have our business and brochure exchanges that happen monthly. Every single Thursday of the month, we have one.
I love those.
We started our Hudson one, which I was unable to go to this past Thursday, and they had like 65 people
In Hudson.
in Hudson.
Okay,
Awesome.
well, I need to go to the next one.
At Day Point Vitality in
I know
Hudson.
exactly where that's at.
And we didn't know what to expect. Jim and Linda Wood,
Yep.
who are,
I love Linda.
I haven't mentioned them, but oh my God,
I love
the
her.
coolest, the coolest.
She's in one of my other groups, and I adore her. Straight shooter, that woman.
Oh man, both of them are.
No
Both of 'em.
BS, all work.
He'll tell me, he'll say, Jamie, let me tell you, and just boom, there it is.
I'm listening.
Jim, I'm there. There are sponsors for that. They wanted to bring it back. They're also our sponsor for Professional Women in Business. But the first one happened in Hudson, 65 people, and that was amazing. The second one is in Land O'Lakes.
Yep.
That one, you were at one of our first when we were bringing it back and trying to move it, promoting your event. We hadn't met yet. What event was it? Was it the?
I think it was a brochure exchange.
No, what event were you promoting? Was it a job fair or was it a?
Yeah, I think we had our no, I think it was the home show.
Home show.
The
That's
home
exactly what it
show.
was. Yep. And there was like 12 people there. Now we get like 45 people.
I know.
And then Trinity with Eric Anderson and Synergy Products. And that happens is Seven Springs, the third Thursday. And then the fourth Thursday is Newport Richie at Vesh, again with Jim Wood and Carol from Capital Tax Services, I believe it is. And then we have our monthly breakfast. Our monthly breakfast is coming up for September.
I love those ones.
And this guy is freaking so cool. So LinkedIn at work. So when I first started, kind of in the community, I was in LinkedIn and kind of checking things out. And I connected with this guy and he reached out. He lives in St. Petersburg, but he is a recovering alcoholic, 4-time cancer supporter or cancer survivor, and type 1 diabetic, who is a what does he do? He races in
like a triathlon or something.
Like what are the ones with the different? It's like American Ninja,
like the Savage
obstacle course racing.
Yes.
What is it? Spartan racing.
Yeah.
Spartan racing.
Yeah.
And
of course, Josh knew. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks for stepping up there. He's wrote 2 books about sales and excelling and all of these things. But anyway, he's coming out and he's talking in September at the breakfast.
Oh, really? That's
and
cool.
I told the board and I told some of the events, like, it's not faint of heart. Like the guy drops the real stuff and there's gonna be some curse words and some uncomfortable things.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
And so you guys should all check that out. His name is Nick Killingsworth.
Okay. And he's got a
Um,
cool name. I mean,
I
come
know,
on.
right?
Mhm.
And he travels around, talks all over the country, and he's coming out here to talk. So that's the chamber breakfast coming up. What else do we have going on? Our young professional group that happens.
That they look pretty active, you know.
Yeah, they are.
They are, and again, Michael Bertha is the new chair of that. He works with Coastal Bay Tax. He's been so involved. One of the first people that I met at the chamber. Him and Debbie Manns actually.
Yeah, yeah.
But and who's been super supportive too.
She always
But the
is.
resurgence of that YPG and the ambassador group with Bianca and Michael Bertha and James Bailey and all these faces has been huge. So go to our website. We've been trying to do some different community relations stuff as well. So we have a chamber minute on Hits 106.
Oh, really?
Every
Cool.
morning.
Love them.
Oh, every morning? Cool.
And they're partners with us in it. And it's a commercial / PSA.
Yeah.
And it will give you some information about the chamber and what you can do to get involved and why you should give a crap about chamber businesses because they're local and they're vetted in their community and they're family focused and all of the stuff. But then it also gives us the opportunity to spotlight our members and stuff like that. So so we're doing that. We also have chamber corners. So we have a chamber corner in Trinity Living Magazine. And a little birdie told me that you guys are gonna be involved.
Who's that little birdie? Does her name start with a T? I think it does. Does that rhyme with Mina?
Mina? So Tina let me know that you guys are involved in the new one, in the new mag.
Me and Tina had to beat him up a little bit for a couple months, but we finally got him there.
Didn't seem like you beat him up too
Shout
hard.
out to Tina. I do have to say we're coming down to the wire. Tanner, do you have a final question, or do you want to hit some comments?
We got some comments coming.
Okay.
All right. Jennifer Parker with you first says, awesome. Pasco Chamber is great.
Yeah, Jennifer's
She always speaks the truth.
Too. Yeah.
Awesome.
We have PW. Shout out to Jamie and the RJ Kielty team. We sat together at the Glow Gala, and it was so much fun keeping up with great work and keep up with the great work and keep growing. So sorry, PW.
I met a lot of really great people just at the gala. Just people I was
Patrick
sitting
at
with.
William Frederick LLC. That's who PW is.
Yep.
I love the mysterious name PW. I'm gonna just.
He was a newer member, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We got Amanda
there
as
she
a
is.
board member for the chamber. I've personally watched Jamie do an amazing job. It's a great time to be a chamber member. Yes, Miss Amanda.
Yes, it is.
She's such a sweetie.
She is.
We got Nikki Burke. I missed this. I'll have to go back and watch. Yes, you do. And then rewatch it like 3 more times.
So cool.
Ed Burt.
All right. That is all our comments.
So I got one final question for you, Jamie.
Uh-oh.
5 years from now, where do you see the chamber?
That's a good one.
It is a good one. Taking over the world.
Yeah.
Yes. And $1 million.
Fortune 500
Man, 5 years from now, that's a really good question because I'm like looking 1 year from now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like when I talk to the board, they feel like, you know, there's a resurgence of what the chamber used to be and used to mean to the community back in the day, whenever that golden age was, years and years ago.
It was it, you know what I mean?
And I'd love to get back to that and have, you know, the community together, no matter what you do, where you're from, what networking groups you're part of, or whatever, and the chamber to be the catalyst to be able to do that, you know, and or be a part of it, be a small part of it.
Yeah.
So
see, I could see like the chamber being like the hub, and then the groups are kind of
the hub's the hub.
Yeah, the hubs. Yeah, I know.
The hub's the hub.
It's actually.
I'm sorry, you know what I mean.
Hold on. Let's correct that. It's the Hub Network.
So,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I appreciate it.
Chamber / hub could be the hub, and then the other.
We're
all working together in one common place is what I was.
Yes.
I was trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think kind of the hub was kind of built because there wasn't a super strong chamber at that point in time. So just kind of needed to be done. But I think everybody, like you said, everybody worked together with a common goal for the people in our community. Only good things can happen from that.
Win-win.
Yes.
Yes. We
Exactly.
all win.
I got one
together.
last thing, or you got one last thing. Let's talk about the event coming up.
Yes, so we have our annual Shine a Light on a Cure event. It is our breast cancer awareness event. It is going to be on October 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We do still have some vendor and sponsor slots open. So if you're interested on coming, I believe we had 20 vendor slots and then I had 9 sponsorships. They are already starting to fill out. So if you are interested, you are a local business and you want to join us for something that's, going to make a difference in our community and is really needed, please come out. Fun for all. We're gonna bounce houses, face painters, balloon artists, a touch a truck event. You name it, we're gonna have it. DJ, we're gonna have some contests. I'm thinking like hula hoop, limbo. Let's have some fun,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bring it out, have fun with the kids. It's free, it's fun,
And most importantly, going to help people in our community, directly
Absolutely.
impact them by
Absolutely.
giving
We'll
them money
have
to help.
a bus there who does blood donations and they actually donate their blood directly to the cancer
Oh, wow.
facility. So that way it's just an extra thing that they make sure that they have the blood for transfusions, anything that they need. And we'll also have a tent signing up for the 3D mammogram bus, which they give a discounted price on mammograms through the month of October. And they do accept people without insurance. So if you need that, come out, sign up, and you will get a slot. They'll be out here sometime during the week. You just drive to RJ Kielty, go on in, get your mammogram. And we've actually had a few people I've heard from one of our past events that actually they did find something in our mammogram bus. So it just goes to show that even if we're
Early
not getting a
detection.
bunch of money for donation, there are women who are getting in there, getting their screens and finding out, and hopefully they're finding out in a time that they can get ahead of it and, get the treatments that they need. So it's a great
Awareness.
event.
That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like this, I can't, for those of you who are watching or listening to this thing and work in communities, this stuff doesn't happen at this rate in other business communities.
Mhm.
You do not have a plumber and electrician out there fighting this fight the way that RG Kielty and other companies in the community do it. So
Absolutely.
thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being you, and thanks for being a part of the community.
Yeah.
Right back at you, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie, appreciate it,
You're a
brother.
great guy too.
Yeah.
Don't be strangers.
Don't be strangers.
Not at all. Not at all.
Go to the chamber, talk to
Yes.
Jamie, talk to anybody, members that are there now, and I promise you'll be in the right place.
You'll meet the right people.
It's going to be a great investment. So.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie, it's been really fun. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time on episode 32.